Hi, and welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Rich and I have been having such a fun time.
Absolutely.
We're at Crazy Lenny's e-bikes.
Good
We're
guest,
so glad
great place, you know. Yeah.
it's all coming together.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy New Year. So we are going to talk to Crazy Lenny later in the program about why now is a great time to buy an e-bike. We're also going to talk to you a little bit about natural health, and this is such a big topic right now. We're joined by Tom Frazier and Alex Hardinger from Symmetry Natural Health. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad to chat with you today. Let's first start and just give us an overview about what you do.
Sure. So we are food and nutrition people. We are interested in how food and whole food nutrition can help people be well. So when someone comes in to see us, the first thing that we're going to focus on is foundational nutrition. That's things like hydration or your vitamins and minerals or how you digest your food, how well you digest it, how well you're absorbing it. That's the foundations of how things work. And then we get into clinical nutrition as well. And that's a little deeper into, is there an immune challenge? Is there a toxicity? Are there deficiencies that are created by imbalances in the body? And so what we do is very bio-individual in nature. So when we're doing it, we are focused on that person and why things are happening with them and creating protocols that are individual.
So that's the what of what you guys do. So I'm kind of interested in too, in kind of the how. How do you diagnose some of that stuff? How do you do some of that deep dive?
Sure, so we actually have a very simple technique that we do, and it's a way of communicating with the nervous system of the body. So your energy around you is an extension of your nervous system. So what we do is a simple thing called muscle response testing. And at the most basic level in that, kind of a lock is a yes. If he holds his arm out, it's a yes. If it unlocks, it's a no. So to just oversimplify that, if you held an organic apple, your arm would lock. If you held junk food in your hand, your arm would unlock because your body does not agree with that energetically. So that's just a very basic version. In practice, we're using test kits that can ask multiple questions at one time so that we can ask hundreds of questions in a pretty simple, short testing exam.
Wow, okay, so let's talk a little bit more about some of the examples that you could possibly give us. This is so fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm picturing myself holding these two items now.
I'm picturing myself holding a beer, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's not. Yeah, we don't want to ruin beer for you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of, examples. We see so many people, but I really wanted to share a very personal example because Tommy and I have always been interested in health and nutrition. But when my oldest son was born, he's 6 now, when he was born, he had a lot of issues as an infant. He was very unhappy, a lot of digestive and elimination problems. We didn't bond, he didn't have that eye contact communication. When he was 1, he didn't answer to his name. So we didn't get a lot of answers. And I found someone who did something similar to this. And in 5 minutes, she told me what was going on and kind of how to get him on track. And so over the course of years, really, we saw improvements immediately. We just gave him what his body needed. We don't do hardcore detoxes. We are about giving people what their body wants so that it does what it's supposed to do, which is move toxins through and be well. And so, my son then, when he was 3, was still kind of sensory processing disorder, but at 6, he's a normal kid. And so I'm so passionate about that. And we see that continuously. We work with a lot of different, all different age groups and that sort of thing. But a lot of parents will come in and their teachers are noticing either behavioral issues or focus issues or anything like that. And it's kind of similar to what my son was going through, just at a younger age. And we can identify things that might be in the diet or lifestyle, just simple recommendations that help them get on track. And they get major validation from that because they're doing what they can and their teachers are noticing too.
And so important.
And my story is I had tinnitus, which is ringing in my left ear. I had that happen to me about 4 years ago, and I'd seen doctors and they couldn't figure out what was going on. They told me they could tell that I had it, but they couldn't tell me how to get rid of it. And so it took me 15 months to go see her because she was doing this at the time. I should have been in there day 5, but it took me 15 months.
What were you thinking?
I know. She's my sister and I love her, but I was, just classic brother. And so I went and saw her, and she does this technique on me, this muscle testing, and in 3 minutes she says to me, stop eating beans and legumes. And I was shocked, skeptical, that can't be, but I was desperate. So I stopped doing it, and the tinnitus went away forever.
Wow.
Wow. And, and our first instinct so often is to go to the doctor and get the prescription. And, when you're talking about yourself and they couldn't even help you, obviously that has its place, but then you're talking about, a child where we so often go to that space first.
We're another tool in the toolbox.
Right, yeah.
That's so
And
smart.
so that's a great question. And for me, we only got like 30 seconds. So what do you say to people that are saying, okay, I'm only going to go the traditional route? How do you get them to say, you know what, let me try something else that just might work?
We really just want to create this exposure. One of the things that we thought, coming on here would be great is just to open up like free initial consultations in the month of January. It's hard to explain what we do, but it's an experience and we can show it really well. And so when people come in, they can see like, is this a good fit for me? And we can help determine as well, like, do we feel like it's a good fit for you?
You might not even know that you need it until you go and find out what you're missing.
Yeah, we meet everybody where they're at. So we're okay with, where everybody is on their own journey and as far as like natural or anything like that.
Well, you guys are great, brother and sister team. I knew that was your brother when you called him Tommy. That was that was it. All right, Tom Fraser and Alex Hardinger, thanks for being here.
Thank you so
with
much.
Symmetry
Thanks for having us.
Natural Health. We'll be right back with more Wisconsin Family.